Crafty friends, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. This is Sheree. My channel is Turquoise Dreaming, and today I'm starting a new journal, Nurse Nancy, and I'm trying to meet my challenge where I'm doing just for myself. I'm doing unembellished journals for the month of June. That's my first challenge, and then I challenged myself this week because I have I think it was 8 or 9. I think it was 9 journals that I wanted to do, 9 books. And so I needed to, in order to meet that goal, I needed to do 3 this week, and I've already done 2. This is my 3rd one. And so I'm in the process now of doing the covers, which like I did in Dr. Dan. I like that so much. And I picked out the 2 papers already so we can kind of just move this along. And so I'm about to cut out, that I better turn on the camera and let you see. And I wanted to show you, I'm about to cut out the 2 pages that I'm lining the front and back cover with, like I did in Dr. Dan. And I'm going to show you how I put the pages back together because, you know, I've done it every which way there is to do it. And I've always liked, any way I've done it, I've always liked it and always tried to make it, nice and sturdy and tried to make it the best way I could, And so right now I'm doing it kind of in a way that I really am liking how they turn out. So I wanted to show you. And you may have seen it before. It's not anything, it's not rocket science or anything. It's simple. Okay, so I'm gonna sew this before I glue it down. Let's get this one glued down. So if you didn't see Dr. Dan, all I did was pick out a page for the back cover and a page for the front cover, and I glued them down with permanent glue stick onto, I cut them to fit the cover first, the pages, and then after I picked it out, and then I used my permanent glue stick. This is the Scotch brand, and I got it on Amazon, a package on Amazon. I think I have these linked in my, I need to check that. I keep saying that. I don't remember if I checked it though. I don't think I did. It's sometimes hard between the time you do a video. That's why if you ever wonder why people don't remember to link something, it's hard, sometimes maybe you do 2 or 3 videos and you forget what you said in all the videos, like I'm going to link this, I'm going to link that. It's hard to remember that what videos you said you were going to link what in, you know what I mean? By the time you get the video ready to publish, you've totally forgotten that you said you were going to post a link. So be nice when people say that they are going to link something and they don't. That's what happens. It's just, and I do tend to make a bunch of videos, like say on the weekend, and then I have to post them all, for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever they're for. So you do your editing and your preparing and everything that you do to prepare a video to publish. And so by the time you do all that, you actually do the video, you do your editing and everything, and get it ready to publish. It's hard to remember everything you said you were going to do. So, okay, so I cut this one out. Let's cut this one out, and it will be ready to sew. I'm going to sew it next. And then we're going to glue it down, and I'm going to show you how I've been putting these pages together, and we'll be on our way to getting this one done. My goal is to, I haven't done any of the videos in one day. I mean, not videos, the journals. I haven't finished any of the journals in one day, these unembellished journals. But that's my goal, since this is Saturday, and usually on every other Saturday I have all my house cleaning to do. This is my plan. Every week, every weekend, every other Saturday I have all of my cleaning to do. And then so that means every other Saturday I don't have all of my, this is my every other that I don't have all my cleaning to do. I just have a little bit of cleaning to do. So that gives me more time for crafting. So that means that today, maybe I can get this done in one day. And then I will have met my goal for this week of making 3 unembellished journals. So I'm going to go sew these, and then we'll glue these down. I'll be right back. Okay, so I let those dry for a few minutes, and after we glued them onto cardstock, and then I sewed through the paper. And one thing that's really cool about this is that, you know, you almost might think that it's sewn through the cover, but of course it's not. It's just thrown through the paper and then glued down. But it's a really nice look with the sewing. And then, let's see. I think that's all I need to tell you about that. So I went ahead and glued them down because I'm using up the bottom of some of my Fabri-Tac, and didn't want to struggle on video with that. And it flowed right out, of course, because wasn't on video. It just came right out of the glue bottle. But anyway, they're glued down and they look really nice. You can see my sewing there. I used number 17 on my favorite stitch on the Brother Runway Project Runway sewing machine. So, and it's blue thread. And then, so here's the rest of the pages. I'm just going to show you real quick how I'm putting these together most recently. And like I said, I've done every which way, and I'm not saying this is my favorite way. This is just the way I'm doing it right now, so I thought you might be interested. So, you know, I've done the folding and the cutting and whatever, all different ways. So here's let's see, this is the first page that we cut off the title page from. So let me cut a couple more here, and I'll just show you what I don't cut them all at one time. I take each individual page and look at it to see, I make sure I'm not cutting anything off that I don't want to cut off. Well, let me put my lid on my glue right here real quick. So the next page in this signature is these two right here. And so I will go ahead and cut these. Let's see. So I look over here. First I'm cutting over here because this book had a staple in it. It kind of, you know, left a mark on the paper, on the pages. So I definitely want to cut off the staple marks or whatever, you know, so it looks nice and pretty. And you can do this any way you want, but I just really am enjoying doing it this way for right now. So I'm looking, and there's a lot of space here before you get to the words, and a lot of space really over here too, where there really isn't anything, and the same here, quite a bit of space, and the same here, you know, up to that little clown's arm right there, and see the words are even a little bit farther over. So I'm going to look at this. His arm is the closest to the side here, this side where the page folds, and also I look at my, you know, cover to remember, and you can measure if you want, but I want the pages to be a little bit smaller than, you know, lengthwise and widthwise, a little bit smaller than the cover. So if you look at, say it's going to go to here, it's going to be about almost probably an inch. It's not an inch, but it's almost an inch. So let's see right there, and I can make and I'm just going to cut it off. Let's see if I cut it off up to his hand, that'll be about the right size. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I do on each page, each 2 pages, to go ahead and start cutting them down to the size I want. So let me look at it one more time before I put the tape on. Now I could go ahead and put the tape on and then cut my length, but see, you know, little golden books, the pages, of course, in the original, you know, the way they are originally, are, you know, top to bottom, side to side. You know, they go right up to the edge of the book. But like I said, I want them to be a little bit smaller. So we've got our width is a good size. See, here it is, even with, I don't want it even with the edge, but just say, okay, here it is, even with the spine. And see, I do have a little room there. And if I needed to cut off another sliver, I could out here. There's room to do that. You know, you're not going to get the words. But right now I just want to cut a little bit off the length. So I'm going to look, and this mirror goes to almost to the very top there. The other pages actually probably have more room to cut off on the top, but that one I would be cutting off a little bit of the mirror. So I'm going to look at the bottom, and the bottom usually almost always has room. This has, you know, a lot of room before you get to the words, but I don't even need to cut off that much, just like half that much, and it should be good. So let's cut off half of that space there on the bottom, that blank space. And that way I'm not wasting my tape and taping up the page and then cutting off the tape, because I'm going to be taping these together. So let's take, let's see, this was the first page, and then these were, they're not going to be in order. So I'm just going to, let's see, let's do these two next. Okay, so we won't do them all right now. I just wanted to show you real quick how I was doing this, just in case you're making a little golden book journal. And you know, you've seen, maybe you've watched a lot of videos where different ideas and ways everyone has put their pages back together, you know. So we cut this one, but we didn't cut this one, so we need to cut this one. Here, we cut the other one that was connected to this, but we didn't cut this one. Then now I am going to connect to this. So again, I need to cut, let me measure it, or use this one as a template so that they are the same size. So I'm just going to, let me get little scraps out of there, put it here. It's hard to see because it's white on white of the pages. Okay, let me move that one so I don't cut it. Okay, so I've got my length there. Now they should be the same length, and now I need to get my width right there. So it looks like that's about it right there. Let me pull that out for a second. And there we go. All right. Okay, now we have our two pages that we're going to put together. And then it reminds me of when I'm doing a spine, the way I've been doing it. I don't butt them right up against each other like that, because I want them to be able to fold nicely, so I leave a little space. And with the little golden books, this works really well, because I'm using masking tape to put them back together, and it kind of like really blends in with the color, even though on here you can see it certainly looks like it's a different color, a darker, you know, cream or beige color. But when you put it on here, it really blends in nicely. So, and I only put it on one side. You could put it on, I don't know if it would make it too stiff or thick or anything if you put it on two sides, but I'm only putting it on one side. And it probably doesn't really matter which side you put it on. So, this is just what I've been doing. So you cut them down, you put them back together, and then you don't have any, because you know, there's nothing wrong with the folding method, which I like the folding, because if you fold it right, you're not going to have, your bulk's going to be out here and not there where you fold it. But it's still, you know, just whatever, it's whatever you want to do, whatever you want to mess with when you're making your little golden books journals. But see, it just folds so nicely. You got it cut down. And you've got, see how it blends in, and it looks nice. It gives it kind of, you know, yes, it's a different color, but it kind of just really looks nice. I really like how it looks, and you almost like, once it gets into the journal, you really don't, I don't think you really even notice it, but if you did notice it, it wouldn't bother me. I think it's really nice looking. So, and even kind of vintagey looking. So then it's ready to go. It's ready to sew into a signature, go into your signature. And then if I need to cut it again, like say I get it into my signature, I'm like, oh, this is sticking out a little bit over here, or it's sticking up here or something, I can take a little sliver off of here before I sew it into my signature and get everything adjusted just right. So that's what I've been doing. So I'm going to keep on doing that, finish off these pages here for the rest of this little journal. And then I'll be adding you know, other pages. Let's see, it's going like this. Here's the back of this one. I think this is a cute back with these little pictures of these books on here. But anyway, yeah, I'll be adding doing all the things, the pages, sewing them in, adding some embellishments. I mean, not embellishments, it's non-embellished. Adding ephemera is what I mean. And then coming back with a, I know how to talk. Coming back with a flip through. So anyway, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.